Hey, how y'all doing, man? I'm back again with another episode of It Factor. As always, I'm your host, Jeremy Robinson, and today we got somebody special. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
What's up, family? My name is Bryson Cole, also going by BC Graphics on my graphic stuff. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. How has your week been going so far since they've been flying by? You know,
This is probably the busiest week. I'm actually working on an animation. I can't say who the artist is, but I think it should be coming out tomorrow. So I didn't have a lot of time to work on it. So that's why I've been doing all this week, man. I'm tired of looking at screens, man.
I can only imagine, man, with me being in my day job, being a software engineer, bro, I already know how you feel.
Yeah.
You do like this. Even now, I'm like, man, come on now. Come on.
Yeah, I need to get them new glasses. They said I forgot what they're called, but it's like blue glasses.
Yeah. I have some.
You have some?
Yeah, man. Fiance, see, that's what she got me some. Yeah, they work. They save your eyes, man. For real. So, man, so like you just said, what got you into being an artist? Like, I know probably a young age you probably figured it out. So, like, how did you like, dang, I can draw? Like, how did that happen?
I was 10 years old. That was my the main thing I would do as a kid is draw. Like even when I was at recess or in what is that, elementary school, I wouldn't even go to recess, man. I would stay inside. I would just draw. And it wouldn't like I was great at a young age, or I wasn't like great at a young age, but I practiced. So I was better than most when it came to art. And I remember my favorite thing in class is when a teacher said, "Hey, we pull out your manila paper and we're gonna draw something or whatever." Everybody was like, "Oh, I want Bryson to be my teammate," because everybody knew like that was my thing. I was drawing all the time.
Man, that's awesome too. And I had some people in my class, same like you, that they made money once we got to high school. Like, yeah, I'll draw. You want me to draw LeBron? I can draw LeBron for you. Go ahead. You know,
exactly.
That's amazing, man. To be an artist. My little cousin, an artist too. So like, definitely got to put them on to you.
Yeah, man, we need more Black artists because Black people we so creative, man. But a lot of people don't get the shine. So yeah, I try to post to anybody I can too. If they tag me, I'll post them. Make sure.
Got you. So in that, man, just tell me like a little bit how, now that you're growing, see, we have social media age. How does social media play a big role in some of the art that you do, or like even music that you do?
Social media is the greatest thing ever, man. The funny thing is my art didn't start taking off until last year, like January last year, and it's because I started using TikTok. I got to use TikTok because I follow Gary Vee, and he's always like, get on TikTok. And I'm a spiritual person too, and I had prayed on it. I was like, God, I need to get out of this 9 to 5 because there's a lot. No, I rap as well. So I was trying to rap and I was drawing as more of a hobby. It wasn't really supposed to be my business. And I think that's the plan God had for me. He was like, nah, you're going to use your talent that I gave you at a young age to make money, to pay for the studio time and all that stuff. So by the grace of God, like I just remember in January, like I said, it was a lot of things going on and I was just paying attention. So Gary Vee saying post on TikTok. I had a whole bunch of family members saying, why don't you draw anymore? We love your raps, but why don't you draw anymore? And at the same time, I wanted to meet some of these rappers.
Yes.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna draw rappers and get their attention. And once I get enough of their attention, I should be able to put my own songs in the TikToks and all that kind of stuff. That was my mindset. But as time went on, just drawing them and thinking of creative ways to get their attention, we got Russ, we got when Tyler Creator's album popped out, that's when I made that one. And DJ Drama, he reposted that one. Isaiah Rashad dropped his album, The House is Burning. I made a poster with like coffee, and just anything creative that I could get their attention. And every time I made something, it was on TikTok. I posted on YouTube. I posted on Instagram. I just posted Twitter, everywhere at the exact same time. And I think just building a little fan base, but it built quicker than I thought it would.
Yeah, and that's amazing because even seeing your stuff now, I mean, of course, me being a big Jid fan, that's a recent art that you've seen. When I heard that song, first off, we're gonna start there. I was just like, bro, it took me back to being a kid. I'm like, bro. You know, and when I seen the art, I was just like, man, not only do I have to interview this guy, but like, then I seen your other pages you rap. I was like, man, I can't wait to see you, like you just said, and you create a video from your art. Like, bro, that's gonna be mind blowing, bro, because I was just like, yeah, I brought him on the It Factor podcast, but look at what he doing now, type thing. And it's gonna be a full circle moment because you're using all your talents. That's amazing.
On the album, thank you, man. And on the album, actually the last song on the album I'm working on is called Full Circle. And it's kind of about all those moments coming together for a bigger purpose. And you just have to honestly believe that it's gonna happen. And while you're working on it, just like never, it sounds so cliche, but like never stop believing that it can happen. You gotta almost be delusional to get the things you want in life.
You're right about that. And I'm glad you brought that up, man. They ain't even a question like on this board or nothing. Of course, I write them down. But speaking of like-minded, like it's people like yourself, man, I love football, right? Cool, like love it. And to be able to interview some of the people I do on my show, it's like, hey, man, okay, they're like, oh well, I'm in this division, I'm not that big, or this son, so I'm on this team. I'm like, look, man, you play football, that's good. I want to have you on the show, or you do a certain thing like anything like engineering, you're a doctor, anything that you do it. I'm happy that that's what you're doing. That's what the show is for. But like back to football, it's crazy that like when I reach out to certain people and I keep saying, like you were saying, I try to manifest it. Like, let me see, this is gonna happen. Tell my fiance this is gonna happen, to the point of now she like, yeah, you're gonna get that person on there. Like, it may not be today, but you're gonna get them on there. It's like, I just keep working at it. And just to see the fruits of my labor, man, it's just amazing thing. So I'm with you on that. And I thought at a young age, you're like, nah, that's not gonna work. But now I'm like, man, that worked. I'm gonna keep pushing it. I'm gonna keep manifesting, keep making it happen.
Man, congrats, bro. And I feel you on that. You really do have to have like a sense of delusion. And whenever I hop on Instagram Live and I try to talk to the younger kids that follow, because most of the people that follow me are like younger kids. And that's another reason I did cartoons, is because at a young age, man, cartoons just mean a lot to me. And the funny thing is, as a kid, I wasn't even watching a lot of cartoons to just watch them.
Yeah.
Boy, it could have no audio on, man. I was just trying to draw them. So I tried to mimic everything I saw. And it's crazy because I never knew. I told God and I told people around me, no, I'm gonna have my own animation studio one day, and this is that. But when I turned 16, man, it was only rap. And I like low-key just left art in the dust. And it's amazing how God like brought that back in 2021 and said, no, this is what you're gonna do to get you to the next level. Because even my dad was looking at me, he was like, because he got super invested in the rapping, and he was like, what are you doing? Like you doing shows, you got interviews, you got all this stuff. Why are you drawing now? And I was like, watch, it's gonna work. And now he gets it, because he's like, man, you going to work? Like people ask him all the time, what's your son do? Because I used to work with my dad, and then I quit. I had told everybody at Lexus, I was like, all right, I'm only gonna be here for a year and I'm out. And that's before I even had a TikTok, man. I just told everybody exactly what I was gonna do. And now it's just funny because he was kind of confused at first, but he sees it. Because I bought my own apartment, I got my own equipment. This is my 9-to-5 now, just drawing cartoons. And he's like, how does that happen? Like, how does that make sense?
You got to stick to it. You got to have discipline, and you got to stick to it. You got to believe in it more than anybody else believe in it.
That's facts. And I like that you said discipline.
Yes.
Because all my homies, they make fun of me. We be out till 2 a.m. and I'm like, all right, y'all, I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up in the morning. They're like, you just drawing cartoons? What you mean? I was like, nah, bro. I gotta wake up and make sure I do it every day.
Right. Like, this is my life. This is my life, you know. And I feel like a lot of Black people, we need to see that. Like, you know, granted, we're working. Even if you went to college, you didn't go to college, or you finished high school, and it's something that you really love to do. You know, I hear it a lot from like big name people, right? You're like, oh yeah, I do this now. And it's like, you think you have to have a lot of money to do it, but in actuality, no, you have to have discipline to do a lot of the dreams that you want to happen. You know, and it's really up to you, to be honest. Like, it starts with you. And a lot of people don't know that, and they don't pay attention to it.
Discipline is the main thing. I haven't heard that much, but that's honestly the main thing. because I got a lot of homies too that not jealous, but they're like, man, I want to do my passion on the side or whatever. And some of them try to quit their 9 to 5 cold turkey or whatever. And like, even when I was drawing on the side, man, I was getting 3 hours of sleep because I go to my 9 to 5, I go to the studio, and I come home and draw, and I wake up and do it again. But that was because I knew it was going to happen, and I had the discipline. And if you don't have discipline, I think we live in an age where everybody sees influencers and YouTubers and stuff. So they think, oh, I got to do that. No, you don't have to do that, man.
Right.
There's nothing. If you enjoy your job, enjoy your job. But if you are going to take that leap of faith and you're going to build something from scratch, you have to understand that it's going to take complete discipline. You can't be lazy.
You can't. And I even think about it with myself. Like, of course, I work 9 to 5, whole engineer. And to be able to get off, work out, then come talk to someone like yourself.
Yeah.
It might not be every day, but I still have to have the discipline to say, okay, damn, I got to be here. And of course, this is going to probably take an hour or something. I already know, but a lot of people can't take it. Like, hey, man, how you been doing the show for 3 years? Because I stay disciplined to it. And also, I don't look at the gratification of Instagram, like, or any of the medias, like, oh, I got to have these numbers. I got to do this. And it's like, at first I was. I'm not even going to lie. I'd be lying. Yeah. But after a while, man, I prayed about it. And I said, you know, God, hey, just allow me to keep doing this because I feel like it's the right thing. Yeah. And it's just been paying off the whole time. Every other week, I think I'm not about to interview nobody. I'm like, then it's like 5 people like sign up, like, yeah, man, I heard about this. Or you reached out. I'm like, bro, this is the right thing to do, you know, and it's because I have discipline. And also, I pray about it, bro. And I put my all in it, of course, when it comes to it. And I try to do the same thing with work, even being in grad school, and more importantly, with my family too, man. I definitely have to do it, man. Definitely.
Hey, I'm glad you said prayer, because honestly, you do the work, but God already got the path for you. Yeah, a lot of people are going to try to make their own path, and I believe God will let you do that. And you know, but I rather follow His plan. Yeah. His plan might not look anything like what I envisioned, and it really didn't. My plan was blow up at 18 as a rapper. I'm lit, man. But that didn't happen. And it was also because I prayed at an early age. I said, God, even my mom gets mad. She's like, I want you as big as Kanye. I want that. I said, Mom, all that will happen in due time. But I prayed a long time ago. And I said, God, do not let me rush my own process. If there's something you want me to do instead, please show me that. Like, use me. And He really has. I had no idea I'd be drawing and meeting some of the rappers I've been wanting to meet and being in contact. Like JID, he's literally one of my favorite up and coming, like, of the new age rappers. And that's crazy that he's posted me 2-3 times already. Yes, I'm like, dog, because I'm trying to get a music video with him, man. I'm trying to animate him a video or something.
But and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, man. Definitely in that. So in that, what is your it factor, man? Why you do what you do?
My it factor. Why do I do what I do? I've always had a saying that I just say all the time. I aspire to inspire.
Yes, sir.
I aspire to inspire. And the reason I say that is because I've always had a creative bone since I was a little kid. And man, it freaking sucks when nobody else is creative around you. Like, it sucks. And I think a lot of people are creative. They don't feel comfortable in the society we're in to put it out there. It's getting better now to where you see so much creativity all the time online that people are being more creative. But back when I was a kid, man, all I wanted to do was draw. I wanted to make movies. I wanted to make my own soda. I just wanted to do a lot of stuff. And other kids my age didn't have that mindset. And I vowed to myself, as I get bigger, like, my goal is going to be to inspire little kids to be creative. I don't understand. I get a lot of people, what is it? Right brain and left brain. Like, a lot of people are very analytical and stuff. I was never like that, man. I want to make something. And I want more kids to be like that, because I honestly feel like that's what we're supposed to do on this planet, is create. Like, everything around you got the posters behind you, got the pillow, like everything. Somebody had to think of that, then draw it, then create it, and then now it's here. Now it's a real thing. And I think as humans, that's what we're supposed to be doing. So That's my goal, to inspire others.
That's an amazing it factor, man. So with that, something that I think about when I ask these things, like, what would it be a life goal for you? Like a goal, like one of them. I know we have multiple, but what's one of
them? I'll do one for rap and I'll do one for art. Art, I want my own anime, man. I want my own anime. I don't know. As a little kid, I always wanted like to see what I would look like as a cartoon. Like that was a big thing for me. So making my own anime is definitely a life goal for art. And then for rap, one of my main goals is I need a Kanye or a J. Cole feature. Those are the only two I want, man. Oh, wow. I don't care about any other rapper, bro. I want the other rappers, of course. But my main two, Kanye and J. Cole, bro, over everything.
I'm gonna be very honest with you, and we probably have to take this offline. But one thing I will say is you stepping into that already because of what you're working on and what you just worked on. Like he already on Dreamville, so networking is a big thing. Like, hey,
Earth Gang shouted me out too. I forgot.
Yeah, so that networking. I'm also writing a book about the art of network because you never know who you're talking to, or even how close they is to somebody. Like, okay, they on Dreamville. Okay, that's J. Cole the head hunter. Like, I gotta, it's gonna be hard to get him. You like stressed about it, but then you think about it, you're like, it's really not that hard.
Yeah, everybody's a human and everybody's connected to somebody. So if you do your due diligence and your homework, you can find out who's connected to who, to who, to who, to who, to who. It's crazy. That's why I told you I answer every DM, I answer every email because I don't know. And a lot of people they just get big-headed way too early. I don't think you should ever get big-headed, but we're human. It's gonna happen. But I think people get ahead of themselves way too early and they block their own blessings. And I'm like, what y'all doing?
Right about that, man.
I've done so much free art for people, not knowing that it would help me in the future. Just by being like, hey man, oh yeah, you need a feature, I'll do that. Oh, you need this, I'll do that. And then somehow, like I say all the time, I don't do things for man. I do it for God's glory. And then he's the one who rewards me, not people. He's the one who sets up, all right, I'm gonna make this person meet this person, and that's gonna help Bryson down the goal. Just keep doing you. Like I tell everybody, I'm like, man, don't worry. If people doing you wrong, people are gonna do people stuff. You really gotta focus on be accountable for yourself and do things with good intentions and watch it come back to you. Like,
right.
I believe in that wholeheartedly.
Definitely. I build my show around that, man. Just genuinely reaching out to anybody and everybody.
Yeah.
Some people do ask, like, hey, man, you reached out to this person and you did this? I'm like, yeah, I reached out. It's like, oh, man, they ain't get back with you? They didn't, but they will. It's okay. It's cool. It's like, but it's not going to stop me from not reaching out to the next person. I definitely try to think outside the box when it comes to the show because this is my dream. So it's like, I'm going to think outside the box. Same way I'm working at work. I'm gonna think outside the box and take it to the max when it comes to this. So definitely good. Happy. That's even with you the other day. I was like, interviewing him. Let me go ahead and send this now. Cause you always think in the back of your mind, it's like, you never know what's gonna happen. You like, he might blow up, he might be like this. I'm like, look, it ain't even about that. It's the fact that he another black man and he out here. He do art. And he done reached out to one of my favorite rappers. Oh, let me reach out, let me get him on now. Cause it's something that's good. It's something I can always give to you too.
And I appreciate that. And when I get to where I'm going, I'm gonna be like, hey, the homie reached out. Well, you need another interview? Let's do it. Let's do it even bigger now. So always, I appreciate anybody that shows love because I personally feel like it don't take much to show love, but in this world we live in, it seems like it costs to be a supporter when it don't. Like it's free.
It don't cost nothing to be nice and be professional with people and be genuine. Right. That's the thing I meant to say.
Yeah.
Be genuine with people. A lot of people don't be genuine in today's time. Nah. So before we close out, man, do you have any questions for me?
Where do you see your podcast going? Where do you want to take it? Like, what's the next step?
So I want to keep interviewing people like yourself. Like, I'm gonna keep doing that. That's always gonna be my thing. But I want to get it to where sometimes I do in person, like a big group type thing, like on like open TV type thing. Like it ain't gotta always be like that, but like sometimes I would love to do that because live audience, man, it'd be cool just to have your family and friends out there just to see like, oh, he interviewing so. You know, he interviewing Bryson, da 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 da. It's like that's the thing that I kind of wanted to go to the point of like people like, oh, that's Jeremy. He known for the it factor, but he also known for he's a family man. So that's my thing that I want the it factor to turn into, you know, like a household name type thing.
I mean, you already got the YouTube channel. That's definitely the greatest platform ever, man.
Oh, you ain't never lied. That's the best.
Like, bro, there's so many. I've been like, whenever I'm drawing or I'm just doing something on the computer, I have my iPad or my other laptop just in the corner on podcasts and interviews all day long. Gotcha. Interviews are the most slept on cheat code ever, bro.
Right.
You mean to tell me all these successful people are being interviewed and y'all not watching it? I just have it in the back of my head because they're gonna say things that are gonna apply to my life. That's gonna be a cheat code to help me get further. And my girl, she'd be like, man, because her TikTok is full of just funny stuff, and her Instagram is just full of comedy and stuff. And then mine's boring. It's all interview. This is how to grow your platform. This is how to do that. I'm like, man, I'm trying to propel, man.
Yeah, you got to watch it. I watch a lot of podcasts myself, a lot of interviews and different things like that. And believe it or not, I go from the lower level stuff that people ain't hit it yet to where people that didn't hit it and even look at my old stuff and be like, man, I started this with a mattress in the back. Like that's that's like growing. You have to see that and like, oh dang, that's growing. Like, thank you, God. Like, because I literally had a mattress in the bag, but I was showing it. Still,
and it all starts by putting it out there. A lot of people are scared to start off with a mattress in the back. And the thing is, I tell all my homies, I'm like, you gotta start somewhere. Just put it out. The first thing isn't gonna be the greatest, but it's gonna be a starting point. And if you never have a starting point, you can never even look back. That's crazy. If you don't have a starting point, you can't look to see how far you come. So if you never put anything out, you in 10 years from now, you still ain't putting nothing out. You can never look back and be like, oh, we are growing. Because you never even put out your original stuff. So I tell them always just put it out, man. I don't care if there's a mattress in the back, whatever you got in the back. You know, 5, 10 years from now, you're gonna be able to be like, oh, we got the whole studio now.
Right, we got a whole
studio. The It Factor studio, and people fly out here to do an interview and stuff. So,
and so thank you, man, for that, man. Definitely, man. We can end with that right there.